Season 3 is in the books.
Boom.
All right, so here we are. This is the last episode of The Mandalorian, Season 3, Chapter 24, called The Return. All right. As soon as I saw that title. Right. As soon as I saw that title, I said, okay, Thrawn is coming. Thrawn is coming.
And guess what? He sure did.
He never showed up. Anyway. All right. So thank you, everyone. This is Father Son Galaxy. I am Kerwin. This is Keith. Welcome.
No, wait, I'm Kerwin. This is Keith.
Yeah, well, we don't want to confuse people, right? So
they know who we are.
All right. Well, okay. We're father and son. All right. If you're new to the channel,
guess which
if
one's
you're already
father?
Confused, we understand. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe to this to our podcast. Like this video. Thank you so much for those who are joining us once again. Glad to have you back. Can't wait to talk about this episode. So let's go. All right. So is Moff Gideon one with the spice?
Yes.
I'm not sure about that.
Bro, he got incinerated.
Is he? I don't know.
Moff Gideon was like, ah!
Well, I don't know. I want to start off by talking about Moff Gideon. All right. So as you know, I was, speculated last week that Gideon was not going to make it out of season 3, which apparently he did not. Not the way I expected, but now I'm kind of second guessing myself because
I thought Thrawn was going to come in, grab his blaster. Boom.
Yeah, but after
bye Gideon.
After we saw the cloning facility and we realized that Gideon was cloning himself. Is it possible that the person that Bo and Din were battling could have been a clone and not the real?
Are they bringing it back for season 4?
Well, why not? I mean, look, Giancarlo Esposito. I mean, he's stellar, right? I'm a little disappointed that they only brought him back. So this is only the last 2 episodes that he was in the entire season, and I'm thinking, well, you have this talented actor, and you bring him in for just 2 episodes of the season. And then you take him out at the end of the last episode.
They really left it open-ended.
Yeah, something's not right. Yeah, so I don't think he's really gone. So, and Gideon, yeah, and Gideon's a really smart man. So I don't know. I don't think he is completely gone. I think that was a clone. I wouldn't be surprised if those Imperial troopers that were working with him are actually him as clones. I don't know. Well, something that he said last week I thought was very interesting, where, when he showed up in the Beskar suit, right? And then he said the most impressive improvement of the suit is him in it. So he could be talking not just about him being in the suit, but other clones that look like him in the actual Beskar armor. So who knows? All right. I just thought I'd bring that up. I just wanted to know if anybody feels the same way. Do you think Gideon is really gone? All right. Or did he actually perish, in that fire? Okay. Well, let's talk about it some more. So we're going to move on. So let's go on to, all right. Let's next topic. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the return. What does this title reference?
The Return of the Mandalorians. They
could be
really had us going here.
Yeah. The return.
We're like, it's gonna be Thrawn, and they're like, nope.
Yeah. No, it's not Thrawn.
It's gotta be Thrawn coming back. He will be back. He'll save them. No.
It's okay. So the Mandalorians. So apparently they are now united. They're working together. It's the Din's covert. It's Bo-Katan's group. They're not fighting each other. They're fighting against the enemy. So it seems that after all these years, you don't think so?
Literally, last episode, Axe and Paz got into a fist fight.
Right. Well, that's true. Well, I'm not saying that they're going to get along going forward, but when it's time to come together and unite to defeat the enemy, that's exactly what they did.
Exactly.
Yeah. So kudos to the Mandalorians, Bo-Katan for bringing the group together. They defeated the Imperial troopers. Let's talk about these scenes So it's a classic Star Wars to me, like where you have three events taking place at the same time. So you have Din and Bo and Grogu fighting Gideon on the ground. Then you have the aerial attack with the Mandalorians going after the Imperial troopers, which was awesome. It just looked like it just came right out of an episode of the Clone Wars. I mean, the visual effects were just stunning, and how they're battling each other in midair. Wasn't that pretty cool?
Yeah. The armor was busted helmet.
Yeah, how about that? The armor. See, we thought I thought that the armor could have been a spy. Apparently not. I keep saying apparently. This is the third time I said apparently because I'm not believing what I'm seeing. Now it's the fifth. Yeah, I'm not believing what I'm seeing. So it looks like the armor is not the spy I thought she was going to be. She is, in step with the rest of the Mandalorians. But you're right. So she came back and she battled and she was fantastic. And then, like I said, I mean, these battle scenes in the midair was wonderful. And then you got Axe in that fleet.
A little Holdo maneuver.
Right. Well, almost a Holdo maneuver. So he
until he decided to, have some common sense and jump out the window.
Yeah, he took
and use his jetpack. Right. Before he unnecessarily perished.
Right, exactly, right. So he got his jetpack. He was able to get out right before the collision. So, so his plan was to just take the ship and, just destroy Gideon's operation, which is what he did. So let's talk about what was happening on the ground. So we know when we last saw Din, he was captured by the Imperial troopers.
Yeah, and he's taken out.
Gideon apparently, we have to debrief him. So, they went to take him to the debriefing room. Now, first of all, where was Gideon? He's got these troopers taking him to wherever he wants them to go, but he's not there escorting Din to this debriefing room.
Because he was waiting.
Right.
Listen, Gideon knows he's so big that he's got bigger fish to fry.
Right.
He's got the mythosaur to start frying up right now. He can't be worried about the little guppy that is the Mandalorian in his eyes.
Well, he made a mistake.
Listen, I'll have my troopers take care of him. I gotta go figure out where Bo-Katan and the rest of this fleet are so I can finish the purge of Mandalore.
Yes. So he made a mistake because Din he
miscalculated
took out
severely.
Those
and
troopers.
It was at that moment that he knew he messed up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And who came to Din's rescue?
Bo. And then who came to Bo's rescue? Din. And then who came to their rescue? Grogu.
Okay, well, I was referring to Grogu, who came to Din's rescue, right?
They all saved each other.
Well, yes.
Grogu came to Din's rescue.
Right.
As IG. We're going by 12 now.
It's 12 with, Grogu controlling the droid.
Yes. IG-12/Grogu.
Mm-hmm. Yes, came back and helped Dad out. It was interesting because I don't even know how Grogu got there, but I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not going to read deep into it because he has a force. So he can, open doors. Exactly. He can open doors. He can knock out guards left and right, which he does a little bit later on. So he meets up with Din. And there was a very cool scene. We were talking about it. It looked like a video game where he got R5D4 to drop these doors, right?
And he was leveling up. So every time
every
time he defeated the guards, he would pick up their loot and he would move forward,
right?
Like a video game.
Yeah, exactly. He would just get more artillery and
until he ended up with 2 blasters.
Yeah, well, I guess with all that artillery, he couldn't carry everything. Yeah,
and he also got jetpack.
Yes, he did get a jetpack.
And he got his shield. Mm-hmm. Well, he didn't bring the shield, but he had it.
Yeah, he had the shield, but he didn't bring it. I guess it was just too much to carry, but that was pretty cool. I think that was my favorite scene of the episode. So that was wonderful.
What else? The boss fight.
The boss fight.
Gideon.
Yes, tell us about it.
Well, I kind of think it was pretty epic because the entire game was multiplayer. You got 3 main characters. You got Bo-Katan with the fleet. You got Mando, and you got Grogu /IG-12. IG-12 gets absolutely beat upon, and Grogu starts bee hopping from from the ceiling.
That's true, right? That's right. That's when they took down the droid. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mando's trying to fight my dude Gideon. Mando's trying to fight Gideon, and all of a sudden, Bo-Katan just like swoops in. She's like, "Mandalorians are stronger together," and then Mando just starts opening fire, and then Grogu swoops in and makes a force shield when the flames erupt.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So
level over.
Right, game over. Well, for Gideon at least.
Well, for Gideon, it's game over. For everyone else, it's level over. Right. You know what I just realized? No Mandalorians seem to have died in the end fight.
No.
You didn't see anyone falling from the sky.
No.
You didn't see Axe getting absolutely vaporized.
That's true.
Everyone survived.
If you really think about it, I mean, it really turned out to be a happy ending. All right. So we'll talk a little bit more.
Except for Paz, rest in peace.
Well, yes, you're right. Yes,
and his son also rest in peace. Well, his son's still alive, but may his father rest in peace.
All right.
Oh God.
Yeah. So let's stop for some Q&A. All right. So thank you for those who are joining us. Reggie, Clone Gideon. Yeah. How about that? Who knows? You know what? And so here's another thing that I noticed, and it just seemed very staged. You know, when like I said, when Axe decided that he was going to take the ship and he was going to be on a collision course to destroy the Gideon's operation down on
that means the whole maneuver is now 2 million.
When Gideon saw this ship coming, he didn't try to protect himself, or he didn't try to run away. He kind of just stood there and raised his arms like, ah, it's like, that's a staged ending. That's something a clone would do. I don't know. So if it was really him, I think he would have found a way to escape, or would have run away.
Either that, or he would have been trying to like run out the fire.
Yeah, he could have gotten, turned on his jetpack and just took off, but he did nothing.
You know, it would have been some nice confirmation, like to see confirmation he escaped, like to see a charred cape, and that's all that's left behind.
Yeah,
because Gideon flew off with his jetpack. Ba-bum! Season 4.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think Gideon is completely gone, but we'll see. All right. So yeah. So we have more. Mando armor for Din Grogu, jetpack, Mando helmet, fire. Yes.
I don't know why they call him Din Grogu.
Din Grogu. I know.
They should just call him Grogu Jaren, because his first name is Grogu.
Yeah. Good
you
point.
Can't move a man's first name to his last name.
Yeah, I don't know.
He should be Grogu Jaren, so that he can be Din Djarin's son. Unless
Din is a title in the Mandalorian Creed, I don't know.
It's his first name, Dad.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I have no explanation.
I don't know if this is some part of Mandalorian Creed where you take the name of your father, because Paz and Ragnar are nothing the same. Like,
that's true.
Those names, like, where she pulled the Din from?
That's a good point. Yeah. So,
what one did she carry that over from?
I don't know. All right. Okay. So Edward Skywalker, Gideon said that his clones had the Force. Imagine how powerful they would be. A squad of Sith, basically. Absolutely. I wish
an army of Gideons.
That's another reason why I think Gideon is still around, because I think that's a storyline that I would love to know more about.
Silo.
I want to see who's Silo.
So he's this dude who cybernetically advanced himself so many times that he became immortal, and he kept coming back through clones.
Ooh, where is this? Is this
This is canon.
Oh, it's in Star Wars?
Yeah, this is from like Vader comics.
Oh, really?
Pretty sure.
Okay. What's the name of the character again?
Silo.
Interesting.
CYLO.
Oh, why does that name sound familiar? Okay.
He was also in Adventures in Wild Space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. So was he like half cyborg and half human?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. That's very interesting. Yeah. I mean,
Gideon's probably not going to cyborg up himself,
mm-hmm.
but he will probably come back through clones at least once.
Yeah. I just feel that, okay, if he's cloning himself, we don't know. He may have so many clones out there right now that look like him. I don't think it's just the ones that Din destroyed in the lab.
If you think about it,
mm-hmm.
Dad, you're right. That is stage. Like, you think about it. Gideon has so much left that he needs to do.
Yes.
He's the same one who's preaching about the purge of Mandalorian will be complete. I am the ultimate. I have everything from every category possible. I am the ultimate. Like, he would. I feel like he would have fought to get out of the fire.
Absolutely. I just.
Or would have at least ran or jetpacked out.
That is correct.
It would be nice to just hear a jetpack ignition and like see all that's left as a charred cape, and then we end the episode.
Okay. Well, again, we didn't see that, so it tells me that he may still be around. So, okay, so we have, like I said, Axe is coming down in the ship. This explosion takes place. The ship crashes, but Axe is, he jets out of the window before it crashes.
Smart
and this
move,
explosion that supposedly took the life of Gideon, Grogu. This was awesome to me. I almost had tears in my eyes. I just love it when I see, something so powerful, that you can do with the Force. Something light creating a shield, like a hedge of protection that he put around Grogu and Bo.
Remember, the first season, Grogu would like move a door, and then he'd be like, "Nap time."
True, right? Yeah, he's
and in
getting
this
more.
Season, he jumping around. He's throwing Praetorian guards all over the place.
Yeah.
He's making a fire shield.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So let's move on to Grogu saves Din. So we're talking about Grogu saving Din. Grogu was stellar. Okay, and I like it that he didn't overuse the Force. I mean, he used it when he needed to use it.
When they were getting a little too close for comfort, that's when Grogu was like,
yes, right. And just the way he would just like with a one wave of the hand, we saw the Praetorian guards return.
That Grogu would be like, nope, bye bye.
Yes, no. And then just
no.
Yeah. Just a wave, he just knocked one Praetorian guard to the floor. The other one, he took away the
weapon.
The weapon. It's like
whatever you call those.
It was just like a breeze. And you know what that tells me? I mean, look at how much he's learned with from being with Luke. That tells me that Luke is a great teacher. We always get the impression that Luke was probably not a good teacher because of what happened with Ben. To me, you may have bad students, all right, and it has nothing to do with the teacher. You may be a great teacher, and you may run into students who don't want to hear what you have to say, don't want to learn what you want to teach. But from what I've seen, what we've seen from Grogu, what he's done in whatever period of time it was, 2 years or a short period of time, he did awesome. So, and he learned that from only one person, Luke. So to me, Luke is a great teacher. And that proves it. All right. Okay. So we got Edward Skywalker. In the very end, I thought Grogu was going to wake the mythosaur, but he just opened one eye. Right. So
disappointed.
I think Grogu just sensed that the mythosaur was there. So I don't know. So what does that mean for Grogu? He sensed the mythosaur. Maybe he doesn't know what it is. But he knows it's there, and he is the second person besides Bo. Well,
he didn't see the mythosaur.
I'm not gonna say the word apparently anymore, but
every time you say that, I add a tally mark.
Seems to know that the mythosaur exists, right? So we know that Bo knows it exists. Now Grogu knows. Yeah.
Apparently.
I'm not gonna say it. All right. Okay.
Dad, repeat after me.
Nope.
Mando is the best.
Yeah, hello. You're trying to set me up. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. You're trying to set me up. Okay.
Better than Andor.
No. Come on, let's
say it.
No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not comparing.
This is a confession.
It's not a confession. All right, so let's move on. So
happy ending.
So the Mandalorian, they did a great job. They're back. They retook their planet, and now it was also the return of something else, return of the Forge. Right?
Real quick.
Yeah, the Great Forge.
Bo-Katan said, it is time to retake Mandalore. Like 5 billion times.
Well,
Like, I kid you not. She's like, it is time to retake Mandalore. We will retake Mandalore. Now it is time to retake our home planet. Ignite the Forge for the Mandalorians. It is time to retake Mandalore.
She's been trying, so maybe she's just not quite getting it. So every time she says, okay, let's retake it. Didn't work this time. Okay, now it's going to work this time. Let's retake it again.
Nope.
And nope. Okay, let's do it again. So
yay.
Finally, they've retaken Mandalore and the return of the
Have they, though?
And the return of the... Well, okay. Have they? Okay, what do you think?
Season 4's plot. Gideon comes back to wreak havoc on Mandalore.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they blew up Kalevala. They absolutely wrecked everything.
I
think Mandalore surface was bombed twice over. I mean, what else do they want to do?
That's a good point. I wouldn't be surprised, if Gideon is still alive, that he's going to wait until they get comfortable.
He'll lay low.
Yeah,
he'll wait
lay
like
low.
A year, make sure they're comfortable.
Right.
Think they're all settled in.
They
and all of a sudden he'll be like, remember
he's
me,
gone and
friend?
forgotten about, and then he's going to strike again. Isaac Edwards, since we didn't see Moff Gideon's face in the episode, at least from what I remember, do you think it's possible he wasn't in the armor? Seems kind of far-fetched. Actually, never mind. I do think I remember seeing his face.
As a clone.
Yeah, so I don't know if you just joined us, Isaac, but we were thinking that the person who was in that suit was not Gideon himself, but maybe a clone of Gideon. So we're thinking they can
pull a reverse.
Yeah, so we're thinking that
maybe
Gideon
the person
is
in that suit was actually Gideon, and the person who's going to be taking his place will be a clone.
I think it's the other way around. I think Gideon is smart enough to
I would not like
send out the clones and see how it goes, right, before he actually reappears on his own, right? So I don't think he would do the work. What's the point of having clones if you're not going to have the clones risk their lives for you?
Good point.
Yeah. Ask the Emperor. Alden Rivera, this is the best episode ever for the show. This is the way. Thank you, Alden. Thank you so much. The Return of the Forge, yes. So now
the return of many things.
Yes, the end. This episode ends the way episode 1 began, right? So we were trying to. Ragnar was trying to take the creed that was given to him by the armor, and then of course that creature came out and interrupted the ceremony.
So they re-creeded.
Yes.
What do they call the oath of taking the creed? Do they call that creeding?
Well, taking the creed. Yeah, right.
They creeded him. I guess the plural of that is creedy.
Yeah. And the sad thing about it is that his dad, Paz, is not there to see it. But, his father lives on in him, and he's got a huge community to keep him safe and to, teach him the ways of the Mandalorian.
Season 4 plot, Mando begins to train Ragnar.
Well, you never know. You never know. Now the creed, Ragnar's taking the creed, then brings Grogu forward and mentions to the armor that Grogu is ready to take the creed, but he can't because he can't speak. He can't speak for himself that this is what he wants. So instead, Din officially adopts Grogu.
Didn't he do that 5 seasons ago?
I thought he did, but I guess this is
I thought Mando
official
did this
adoption.
In season -554.
Yes, so father and son.
He did this like years ago.
Yeah, so father and son. So Din has taken him on as his apprentice Mandalorian.
He adopted Grogu in 2011.
Grogu. Right. Now, they did mention something about his parents, like maybe Grogu's parents may or may not be out there.
Don't tell me we're going to go on the arc of searching for his parents.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see his parents in season 4. Who knows?
Maybe his father was Yoda and his mother was Yaddle.
Yeah, I've heard that story too. I've heard that.
Or maybe like there's some other Yodis.
There are probably other Yodas out there. Yes,
there's other Yoda-E's.
Yes, yeah, I'm sure there is. Yeah, so we don't know if that's
maybe Yoda's his uncle or something.
We don't know. We don't know. By the way, I forgot to mention something. The DARKSABER.
Oh, wait.
Can we talk about the DARKSABER?
Your dad's 900 years old. So that
Yes,
means...
Yes.
So that means he'd be like a great uncle?
You're going to do the math right now?
Great.
Can I talk about the DARKSABER? So this is interesting what happened to the DARKSABER. So apparently...
Oh, Gideon crushed it in his hands.
He destroyed the DARKSABER. How do you feel about that? You know,
that was ridiculous.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So why?
I thought that was kind of a cop out.
Well, I actually don't mind because I think.
Excuse me.
Well, you want the DARKSABER, right? Of course, for what is.
I want the DARKSABER.
Yeah, for what.
No, Dad, I just
it symbolizes.
Into a lava pit.
No, for what it symbolizes, I completely understand why you'd want it. Hi, Katie, my dear friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I can understand the purpose of the DARKSABER and what it means to the Mandalorians and its history. But I find that this DARKSABER over the years has just been causing more harm than good.
It's been used as a plot device.
Well, it's also being used to split the Mandalorians. I mean, these factions, as we've talked about over the season, have split, and the person who holds the blade is the one to rule Mandalore. Really, it's an ancient rule. Maybe it needs to be
Could they reforge the DARKSABER?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Edward Skywalker, does the DARKSABER use a kyber crystal like a lightsaber? Do you know the answer to that? That's a very good question.
I don't. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, I don't know how if the DARKSABER uses a kyber crystal like the lightsaber. I'd have to look that up. If anybody else knows, let us know. That's a very good question. I think the DARKSABER should just be put to rest now, and it really has nothing to do with who wields the DARKSABER. Now, remember, for a person who wields the DARKSABER, they have to be very strong, right? They have to be very fit to move it around. They have to be trained to use it. What if you have someone who is very intelligent, has great leadership qualities, but is maybe weak in that area? Well, maybe can't hold the DARKSABER. Does that rule them out from them not becoming the leader of the Mandalorians? Just because
I say lift some weights, lift some space weights, figure it out.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I just think the DARKSABER is unfair. It's an unfair way to choose your leader.
I mean, it's unfair though. Gideon has fought for years to get the DARKSABER, and he's just like, I'm just gonna crush it. And he crinkles it like a piece of paper.
And once again, I don't know. Is that something that Gideon would have done?
And that should not be possible.
That must be a clone.
How is it possible to crush a lightsaber in your hand?
Yeah. That was
like even if you're wearing Beskar on your fingers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no way you're powerful enough to crush a lightsaber hilt.
Yeah,
like a piece of paper.
Yeah, well, he did it. So now it's gone.
Crumpled it up like a test he got an F on 3 years ago.
But again, I don't think there's a need for the DARKSABER. So I'm actually kind of glad that it's no longer a thing. But who knows? Like you said,
Can you go to Walmart and buy me one of those buildable DARKSABERs?
All right, so as we get to
become the ruler of Mandalore.
So we head back to Navarro. All right, back to Navarro. Okay, so back to where we started in episode 1. So we see Greef Karga.
So guess what? Mando finally takes that plot of land.
Yes, he sure does.
Karga offered him at the very beginning.
Exactly.
And he settles down in a cabin with his son, who is levitating a frog.
Yeah.
The end.
Right. It just felt like a happily ever after ending.
And guess what? There was an end credit scene. Just kidding. There wasn't.
No end credit scene. Okay. All right.
The end credit scene was the cast list in a different language.
Okay. Well, we're wrapping this up faster than I thought. All right. Anyway, let's go to Q&A. All right, Jamala. Oh, Gideon's not dead for sure. Just here. Yeah, just here to say, hey, what a wonderful season. I can't wait to rewatch the entire thing again and again. Thank you, Jamela. We agree.
Oh, it's awesome.
I don't, it just seemed too convenient for Gideon to be gone. Edward, in season 4, I expect Grogu to start using the Force more frequently and hopefully a new villain show up and who can use the Force and a lightsaber.
Like an Inquisitor.
Maybe. And do you think in season 4 that Grogu would finally start talking? Is that possible?
Or you get a lightsaber. Because remember, Luke offered him Yoda's lightsaber.
True.
Only thing I'm on here is, if it is an Inquisitor, how are Mando and Bo-Katan supposed to match up with that? Like, I know lightsabers aren't supposed to cut through pure Beskar, which Mando has. I'm not sure if Bo-Katan has pure Beskar. Pretty sure she does. But, like, how are they supposed to fight a lightsaber without a lightsaber?
Oh.
Unless they reforge the DARKSABER.
Well, maybe that could be the way. That could be the way.
Wouldn't that be pretty awesome? Only thing is, they'd have to be, like, passing around the DARKSABER.
Well,
either that or, like, one or the other gets to wield it, which will probably be Bo-Katan because she is going to be the ruler of Mandalore. And, you know,
and
Mando's just kind of stuck with blasters.
Okay.
Or he could make himself a lightsaber.
Well, good point. All right, so let's...
I think green would suit Mando.
Yeah. So can we bring up Jamela's season 4, hoping for lots of new adventures for Din and Grogu with a couple of hops back to Mandalore. I would love for them to explore Grogu's origins for sure. Yeah, well, that's not a bad idea. You're not keen on that idea of knowing where he came from?
Because the parent arc usually ends up in finding out that the parents are either Imperial captured or they're perished.
Wow.
Which is like,
well, it's usually tragic. Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I like Grogu being a 50-year-old man-child, like literally.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's fair.
I think it's fun to just have Grogu be ambiguous of where he came from. That's how Yoda's species has always been. You had no clue where they came from.
That's an excellent point. Right. Like, we have no idea where Yoda's from. You know, we don't know who his parents are.
We don't know where Yaddle's from. We don't know where Baby Yoda's
from. Exactly. I got that. I like that. So, Isaac, I've heard theories that Yoda's species goes through long periods of not growing and then will suddenly have a massive growth spurt, so maybe that will happen to Grogu.
So you mean to tell me he's going to grow to be like 100 years old and then all of a sudden he's just going to shoot up like a weed?
Could be. Or maybe he'll start talking.
Or stalk of bamboo?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Well,
like, imagine if they just turned this into a sitcom. Like, aged up Grogu's like, Dad, where's my lightsaber?
Yeah. Now, his species lives to be hundreds of years old, right? So he's going to outlive Din Djarin, I would expect, right? So is he going to I mean, during Din Djarin's time.
How old is Din? What's he, like 30, 35?
I guess 40-ish, maybe. Like, is he
He's
going
probably as old as Joel.
Joel?
Yeah.
Who's Joel?
The Last of Us. They're probably around the same age.
Oh, what a coincidence. Yeah. Oh, Pedro Pascal. All right. They might be the same age.
Playing a father role once again.
When he takes off the helmet, he's Joel, right? And when he puts on the helmet, he's Din.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. That's a good gig. Wonderful.
Man, Pedro Pascal just be like dishing out money.
That again? He's doing what?
Dishing out money. He's rich.
Oh,
I would love to meet Pedro Pascal. I would love to meet him in person.
It's great to be Pedro Pascal right now. So I'm just happy that he made it out okay because you're hearing rumors the last couple of weeks that
I bet
Din Djarin was going to make it.
Pedro Pascal pads his helmet with $500 bills. You know how many of them you need to pad a helmet, Dad?
How many? I don't know. That's pretty funny.
Hundreds.
Yeah, but it's now that you brought that up, I mean, he didn't take off his helmet at all this season, which is interesting. But isn't it great to be Pedro Pascal right now? He's living a great life, So, but yeah, so I was saying that we were just hearing these stories about Din that he wasn't going to make it, and that was going to be now the Bo-Katan show. And
no,
it's not.
It's literally called The Mandalorian. You
Yes.
cannot kill
Right.
off the main character of a show
I
and
hope
then give it
you
to
would hope not. Yeah.
the character who wasn't even in the first season, who in the second season was a side character,
Yeah.
and then in the third season became a main character. You can't do that. That's not how television works.
No, I agree. I agree.
And more importantly, Dave Filoni will have a problem on his hands. Not from us, but try Twitter.
Yeah.
See what Twitter has to say
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
probably not a good idea to.
The entire platform will just be on fire
All right. Okay.
if they do that to Mando. If they do him dirty like that.
All right. So one last thing I want to mention about Navarro. So Din pays a visit to Carson Teva at the cantina and mentioned to Carson that he wants to work for the New Republic.
Apparently.
Off the books, as an independent contractor.
Oh, by the way, IG-13 is here.
Yeah, IG-11 is back.
13. IG-13.
No, they call them IG-11.
But that doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because IG-11 was not melted down, but didn't they leave him behind? This is a head from a completely different IG assassin droid.
I thought that
they
was the
slapped onto another body and called IG-11.
I thought that was IG-11's head.
It's
not?
probably not. Because Mando said that's not him. It reminds him of someone he used to know. And remember, they didn't take IG-11 scrap parts with them. It would have been incinerated along with everything else in Gideon's little chamber there.
Yeah, I don't know. Good point.
Like, he couldn't survive an internal explosion. He
Yeah.
sure couldn't survive that ship crashing.
Right. Well, so anyway, so they make IG-11 the Marshal of Navarro.
But it should be IG-13.
Okay.
Like, accurately, he should be called IG-13.
Okay.
Because it's not using parts from IG-11 or IG-12. And yet they decided to give IG-11 a rebrand to IG-12 when they put Grogu inside.
I see.
So this is
So fair
IG-13.
Fair enough. Yeah, right. Yeah, it should be 13. Okay, I got you. All right. So whoever he is, IG-11, 12, 13, he's now the Marshal of Navarro.
Yeah.
Good, nice gig. And so the
Pays a
Mandalorian
lot.
is going to be working. Now, here's something that I picked up from Carson Teva. Remember he said, well, good job getting Moff Gideon. We were looking for him. Really?
Excuse me, were you?
The New Republic, really, they're
The New Republic is
such
huge.
shambles.
Like,
But they're like the Keystone Cops. I don't know. Like, were they really looking for Moff Gideon?
no, I'll tell you what they were doing. They couldn't find any leads.
Right.
And then when this dude with a helmet on and a Force-sensitive green child.
Yeah.
And a red-haired lady with cool helmets and a saber.
Yeah.
Found this guy. They're like, I quit.
Yeah. They said, well, thanks. You did our work for us. Well done. I don't know.
Well,
The
we
Republic.
were looking for him too, but
Yeah.
and Mando's like, but I got you in first.
Yeah. So, all right. So let us know if you have any final comments or questions about the episode. So let's see. Because Yoda said he trained Jedi for 800 years, meaning he's 100 when he started, whereas Grogu is still a baby at 50. That is true.
So
That is true.
means Din will probably be in like his late 80s, 90s. By
Yeah.
the time he sees Grogu
Ye-
age up.
Yeah. I'm asking about when is he going to actually hear him speak? Will he speak before he turns?
And will he speak backwards? Did
Well,
Yaddle speak backwards?
No, she did not.
So is that something Yoda learned to do? Or is it just different strokes for different boats?
I guess it's just because.
Does it depend on the species type? Are they like Zabraks where it's like there's subcategories of the same species?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it depends on where Yoda is from. Like maybe wherever his people are from, they speak this way.
Maybe they got like a Mandalorian thing
Yaddle.
where there's so many planets and they're raised differently.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a very good point. I don't know. All right, Reggie. I thought Bo-Katan would be visiting Mando and have some love interest. Perhaps I was wrong. I think maybe it's the armor. I don't know.
Oh no!
I don't know.
That's not possible.
Well, I don't know. I agree with you, Reggie. I mean, there was some kind of chemistry going on with Bo and Din.
Not that kind of chemistry.
Well, we don't look. We don't know. We don't know. Perhaps it could have been Bo and the armor, but nothing happened. We don't know.
What?
Yeah. All right. Nothing happened. They're all good friends.
You talking about the same armorer who literally dismissed when Bo-Katan saw the Mythosaur? She's just like, this is the way.
Yeah.
As if Bo-Katan asked if she wanted to have lunch next Tuesday. Like,
you remember, I was on the impression that at some point the two of them were not going to get along. They were going to fight each other.
Here I was thinking they'd be trading blows.
Yeah, and that didn't happen.
What happened?
So I think they have a mutual respect.
We put out an entire short on this.
No, not really.
Yes, we did.
Did we? Okay. Well,
do you not remember that?
Well, if we did, we were wrong. So nothing happened. They got along fine.
Does that put us like
a mutual respect for
them,
for each other? Yeah. So, all right. So look, everybody seems to be fine right now.
Apparently.
I no, I don't want to say that word. So Gideon
it's not that you're not allowed to say it.
No,
I'm just counting everything.
Yeah, I'm just not. No, it's too many times. So Gideon is gone. Okay, gone.
Apparently.
Mandalorians have retaken their home planet.
Apparently.
Din and Grogu are happily ever after in their own little shack. So what better ending would you need for this season? So I was impressed by the ending. I hear that, could some things have been better, or
they gotta pull the Quantumania on us.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that you had like a bunch of characters going in, and you're like, somebody's gotta go, but then everyone's just like, nope.
No, everybody stays. Yeah, right.
Hank just like brushed off a ship crash, and he's like,
"But you know what?
I found the ants."
We got to keep them around, right? Because there's going to be a movie soon, right? So can't have a movie without Din Djarin, so he has to be around. You can't have one without Grogu. Bo's got to be there. So there are a certain number of people that you expect to see in this film whenever it gets made. Mm-hmm. So they have to be there. All right.
Well, I think that's it.
All right. Well, so once again, if you have any more comments or questions, you could go ahead and put it right into the chat. So although, the season 3 has ended, we are not ending. We got things going on. So just wanted to give you an idea of what's up and coming.
Actually, sadly,
our
channel will be ending on April 30th.
You should have said April 31st.
Yeah, our channel will be ending.
It's coming to an end on April 31st.
Our channel will be ending on May 30th.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
All right.
No, wait.
What are we waiting for?
Our channel will be ending.
Yeah.
On September 559.
There you go. All right.
Of 2020 billion.
All right.
573.
So here's what we have coming up in April. So
I will be a robot by then.
We have a couple of weeks left of April. So if you don't know, if you're new to our channel, we also cover Marvel. All right, we love Marvel. We love the MCU. So we are actually finishing up our reviews of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. All right, so you check out our YouTube channel or just check out your streaming platform. We did the review of the first 6 episodes. Yes, Keith.
I just thought of something.
Okay.
So since Mando and Bo-Katan and Grogu are safe, should they be doing the safety dance right now? Should they be doing the safety dance? Because they're safe.
So we will be back next. Actually, starting. Keith, okay.
It's these nuts again. Legendary username.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hello to these nuts.
We will be back tomorrow, actually.
No, we won't. We're going to die of laughter.
We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do a live stream tomorrow to cover episodes 7 to 11 of Moon Girl and Devil.
7-11.
So there's 16 episodes.
And after that, we're going to go to 7-11 to get slushy.
There's going to be 16 episodes. There are already 16 episodes that have dropped. So we're going to do 7 to 11 tomorrow.
And next
Thursday, and then next Wednesday we'll do 12 to 16. So we'll be finished.
Or if any more episodes drop,
I think that's the end of the first season. I mean, we saw the finale. I mean, it was kind of like, a cliffhanger, right? Not to give it away right now. Yeah, but maybe next season, season 2.
Please tell me they wrote more.
Okay. All right. So
I thought there
we'll
were
cover
18
Moon Girl.
episodes.
All right. And then next Thursday, we're going to do a special live stream to talk about the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. That's going to be awesome. So if you're a fan of that film, Return of the Jedi, we're going to talk about its contributions that
We're
it's
gonna
made.
get so many slushies at the movie theater.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that.
And then we'll do the same thing when we go to see Guardians.
Hang in there, Keith. All right. So we're going to talk about the contributions of that film, what the legacy that it still carries today, 40 years later. That's going to be fun. So if you could join us next week, we'll talk about Return of the Jedi, right? And that is actually the same day that it's being re-released in the theaters, right? It's only going to be in the theaters for a week, but we are going to go see it, right? So that's
Only
pretty
a
cool.
week.
Only 1 week. It's only playing for only 1 week. So that's April. So April is covered.
Let's go to May.
Let's go to May. So we have in May. So we have Star Wars Visions Volume 2. Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures dropping on the same day, May the 4th. All right. That's going to be a big time. So we expect that we'll do a live stream on May 4th. We'll talk about Star Wars Visions and we'll decide whether we're going to review all 9 episodes. And,
I think we should. We did that last season.
We did. Okay. So we could probably do that. So that's May. And the Young Jedi Adventures in June. We're going to do.
Oh, wait. You missed Guardians.
Yes. Well, yes.
May 5th. We're going to review.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Well, let's watch the movie first and see if we want to review the movie. All right.
Unless something major happens.
Exactly.
Then I'm not going to tolerate it.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up until we knew for sure that we were actually going to go see it, but that's fine.
Let's hope they pull another Quantumania.
Okay. Woo. I know exactly what you mean. Like everybody survives. I don't think
I will not take it if Drax dies.
I don't know. All right. So let's talk about June. All right. So June, we're going to do a rewatch of all the Indiana Jones films, right? And we're going to do a review of each one.
You know those the Nazi costumes from The Last Crusade?
Yes, Keith.
Those were real. Those were not remade. There was a cachet of those that were found by the costume director and they used them.
I did not know that. That sounds like
I found that in my shorts feed this morning.
Okay.
At 3:05 a.m.
All right.
Scrolling through shorts. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't up that early.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about that when we get to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. But we're going to do a rewatch to get us ready for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which will be dropping on June the 30th. We also have Marvel's Secret Invasion coming in June, right?
We promised spring 2023. It's going to be summer in June.
That's a good point, right? All right. So we're going to do...
I'm disappointed.
We're going to do Secret Invasion. We're going to actually get you prepared for that series coming up. We're going to talk about what Secret Invasion is according to the comic books, right? I was about to say that. All right, we're going to talk about the comic books. All right, and we'll get you ready for that. And
series. Across the Spider-Verse.
Right. Okay. Across the Spider-Verse is coming out in June, so we may cover that as well. So, and this is in addition to any interviews that we're doing, character studies. That's all is going to stay. That's not going anywhere. We're gonna keep doing that. More content is on the way. So, just wanted to give you a heads up of what we're doing in the next few months, but we'll be here. So, thank you so much for joining us this evening. This was wonderful. It was fun talking the last episode of the season of the Mandalorian. So we're glad that things worked out for Din and Grogu. Keith, where can people find us?
Well, you can find us on wherever you get your podcasts. Our socials are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Fathers and Galaxy. Our website is fathersandgalaxy.com. Our merch store is fathersandgalaxy.myspreadshop.com. And finally, our Patreon page is patreon.com/fathersandgalaxy.
Yes.
Please donate. Try to go to Japan. Thank you.
Right. We got 2 years. Okay. And don't forget that we are on the race to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. All right.
1K.
So 1,000 subscribers.
Which is 1K.
Okay. All right. We're getting close. And we can do this. I think by the end of June, we can get to 1,000 subscribers.
If you help.
Even sooner. Right. So please spread the word about our channel. That is a big milestone for us. So we're looking forward to crossing that threshold. But
tell you what, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will buy the Darksaber with Dad's money, and I will do cool lightsaber tricks for you.
Okay. We'll see. All right. Thank
and
you once
record
again.
it and upload it.
All right. Thank you once again, everyone. This was great. All right.
Like we'll record a lightsaber battle between me and my dad and see who wins.
So until next time, take care, and we will see you again.